So today, lads, we are going to be talking a little bit about Caitlyn Clark's injury and some a quite not I'm not going to say concerning update for her injury, but a concerning update just as a fan. Like I don't think that this is going to mean anything for her injury. I don't think her injury is any better or worse now than it was 4, 5, 6 weeks ago. But at the same time, they do have to take more precautions this time because she got injured 4 games later. Like she played 4 games. Like she has not played. She has played 4 games, then 5 games, then 4 games. That is Caitlyn Clark on the season. And in that second 5 game stretch, she was very clearly injured. After 2 games, she was. I'm not even going to count the Valkyries game where she didn't look injured. She looked very injured against the Storm. But you can see here, it said here starting 6 hours worth of fever to feed the Aces. Team received much needed clarity. Starting guard Caitlyn Clark will be out indefinitely. They didn't say it that way officially. There's no timetable available for her return. The team sent a statement. Clark will continue to rehab. In short term, it's disappointing for fans who want to see Fever at full strength led by Clark. However, it provides a sense of relief and focus for the team. Like, look, it's relief for one person. It's relief for one person, and it's Stephanie White. Let's be completely honest. Like, it is not a relief for Aaliyah Boston knowing for a fact Caitlyn Clark is out. Like, it's not some sort of, oh, you know what, that's a relief. We don't even have to wonder whether or when Caitlyn's coming back. We just know she's not coming back. Like, there's no relief in that. There could be, like, pressure maybe being lifted off and the anxiety maybe gone, but that's not relief. But it says here there's no more daily speculation and have clarity. I think that's big. Head coach Stephanie White agreed. Just the mindset of our group to know what we've got, or we got what we got, to continue to grow and connect in those ways. And is she available? Is she not available? Will she practice? Will she not practice? And that's a sort of disruption that comes with that. So there's clarity. I think it's good for everybody. It's good for Caitlyn too. She doesn't feel any kind of way. She can just approach and attack her rehab one day at a time. I think this is crazy. I think it's crazy trying to make an argument. And it says here, obviously, everyone wants her to return as soon as possible, but that must come only when Clark's body is healed. I agree with that. There's no question she wants to be out there. I think that's kind of a crazy way. And then you've got, obviously, a picture of her with Sandy Brondolo, a different coach. A different coach in that article. And if I'm going to be honest, I think it's a really weird way of wording things. I think they word it in a really weird way, being like, oh, it's going to help us knowing that she's officially out. Like, let's be real, it's a groin injury. She's not going to be out. She was not going to be back for the Vegas game. She was not going to be back for the last Liberty game. She's not going to be back for the Liberty game before that. She's not going to. We know she's not going to be back for the Sky game. Like, we know she's not going to be back until at least like the 8th of August. At least the 5th of August. Let's be real. At least the 5th of August. So, like, I'm sorry, but how is it a relief knowing the Caitlyn, not having to worry about whether Caitlyn will or won't practice? She's not practicing right now. And it's not like, oh, we know Caitlyn's out for 3 weeks. That's a great thing. And this article's worded as if it's now a relief that Caitlyn, it's a relief for the Fever that she's gone. And I just think the article's worded really weirdly. And there's a lot of stuff when it comes to the Indiana Fever where, like, Stephanie White's talking about, oh, the ball moves much faster without Caitlyn. No, it doesn't. It's literally just they rely on ISO scoring, and sometimes, and when they outwork teams and it works, it works. They don't have a plan. They don't have a system. They have won a game. They beat the Aces because the Aces have a severe effort problem, and the Aces lost to the Lynx by 30 yesterday. By 30. Like, the Aces are terrible. They're like, when the Aces want to be, they can beat anyone. When the Aces don't want to be, they're one of the worst teams in the WNBA. So, like, I still think the Fever beat the Sky tomorrow. I still think they beat the Sky with or without Angel. But we really see how the Fever are going to get on against the Wings. Or not even the Wings, against the Mercury, who are competent, and Duana Bonner is going to want to absolutely destroy them. But again, there's like, the Fever are playing a lot of games like it's their Super Bowl. And every game without Caitlyn Clark, the Fever, it seems to be the Fever either go out and absolutely hoop, or they implode. There's no in between. There's no in between. There's no game without Caitlyn Clark that you're like, outside of maybe the first one, when Dwana Bonner at 21. But there's no game without Caitlyn where you're seeing this team go out there and go anywhere in between. They're either absolutely shockingly bad or they just outwork the other team. And it's just, I just think this is worded really weirdly. Like, her saying, is she available, is she not available, will she practice, will she not practice? That sort of disruption and the sort of disruption that comes with that, so there's clarity, I think it's good for everybody. So, I mean this when I say this, I understand that that there is some disruption. But at the end of the day, that disruption is going to happen when Caitlyn Clark is back coming from her injury. Like when she's getting into the last week or two of her rehab, that disruption comes back again. There's always disruption when it comes with injured players, will they, won't they play? And she's like, it sounds almost like it's a thank God she's out indefinitely. Thank God. It's like, and people are like, oh, thank God there's an update. But I'm like, and there was no update. There was no update. Out indefinitely could mean she's back tomorrow. Indefinitely just means they don't know. There were like no additional damage. Apparently there was an MRI done and showed damage to her right groin on the day after it happened against the Connecticut Sun. However, she was listed as day-to-day and questionable that day. And then was listed as questionable for the All-Star game. So I don't know what the hell it is. Someone's lying. Someone's lying somewhere. And this entire situation is just... It really... I don't know if it's Caitlyn. I don't know if it's the Indiana Fever. Somebody is drastically messing up this entire situation. Somebody is... When it comes to communication, somebody is drastically messing this up. Like fans are being lied to. I don't know if it's for tickets. I don't know what the story is. It sounds like from everything from Stephanie White's press conferences, it sounds like she does not want Caitlyn Clark there. Like you can hear it. She will only be like, oh yeah, you know what? When we have Caitlyn. You always prepare with Caitlyn. But it's clear, you can hear by her enthusiasm. She does and to be fair, it's probably better because she can implement her style in the game more with Caitlyn Clark not there. But at the end of the day, it doesn't sound like she wants to coach Caitlyn Clark. It sounds like she wants to mold Caitlyn Clark into a player that she wants to coach, more so than she wants to coach Caitlyn Clark. And again, that's just my opinion. That's just what it sounds like. Something is off right now. And again, I don't know if it's a coaching thing. I don't know if it's a basketball thing. I don't know if it's a communication thing. I don't know. It could literally be as much. It could literally just be nothing. But we went from being told that Caitlyn Clark was questionable for a game on the 16th, I think. What was it? Today's 26th, so 10 days ago. Yes, the 16th. When they played against the Liberty. But apparently there was a scan done on the 15th that said there was an injury and she was questionable on the 16th. And then questionable for the All-Star game. And then another scan said no additional damage, when originally we were told she's questionable, there's no damage in the first place, from she's day-to-day and questionable. And then suddenly she's out indefinitely, and her coach is talking about how much of a relief it is that she's out indefinitely. Something's wrong. I can't be the only person saying this, that there is something wrong in this entire situation, and I don't know what's the cause of it. It could literally be Caitlyn Clark not giving information to the Fever. The person that could be in the wrong in this is Caitlyn Clark. Could be Caitlyn Clark. But every bit of this does not, it just doesn't, it's just not right. This weird injury situation. I've never heard a coach basically say they're relieved the player is injured before. That's odd. Maybe it's misworded, but a coach having relief, essentially, that a player is injured, sounds like she's almost sick of coaching that player. But at the end of the day, I don't speak for Stephanie White. But anyway, I'll see you guys.